Whenever you're ready.
All right, dude. What's up, Chris?
Sash, what's up, man? How you
Yeah,
doing?
I'm good. How you doing? You're on the road again.
I'm in London, man.
Nice.
London. The show must go on, though.
The
If I
show
can do it
must
from a
go
wedding in
on.
Atlanta last week, I could do it from London, right?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Of
So
course.
crazy,
So,
crazy couple of Fridays, man. How are you doing?
not too bad. Not too bad. So, you're streaming on your iPad?
I'm on my iPad. Yep, I was on my laptop
Okay.
last week. iPad today, trying to just prove that we can do this anywhere, right? I've been doing my tmux while I've been gone on the
Yeah.
airport, right? An
Yeah.
airplane yesterday. So I can talk about,
Fantastic.
man. But yeah, what are you gonna talk about today, Sash? I'm excited about this.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about Claude Cowork and how Cowork came about. And I'm going to show you a couple of kind of workflows that you can use Cowork for. Just before we get into that, Cowork is based on the Claude Code engine. And Anthropic released Cowork a few weeks after the hype around Claude Code kind of happened because Anthropic saw that people in their own organization and non-technical roles were using Claude Code for non-tech stuff, marketing, building documents, etc. So that's why they built Cowork. And the way Cowork works is it uses the same Claude Code engine. It only works in the desktop app. So you have to download the Claude desktop app for Cowork to work. And it runs sandboxes on your Mac to sort of run scripts within and whatever the agent needs to do to get the task done. And one key difference, what I've noticed between chat and Cowork is chat is just chat, right? You can go back and forth with Claude, and you can also use skills and tools in chat, which you can do in Cowork. But Cowork is task based. So you have to basically everything you start a task and the agent creates a plan and executes that task. You can point it to a folder on your computer which it uses for context and stuff, and I'll show you a quick demo on that too. So I think it's a great way for
Yeah,
people to get started with agentic style work for like knowledge work, non-technical stuff, and it's way less intimidating than Cloud Code is.
that's literally how I discovered it, right? I think I heard the hype around um, Cowork, right, both for Claude and in Copilot, and checked it out. Pointed it to a folder in my home lab,
Yeah,
and just said, "Hey, like reorganize this folder," and it did it.
yeah,
And I think that was like the beginning of my like. I think we all had that like Chat GPT moment a few years ago. So
yeah,
that I feel like Cowork was my first like real agentic moment, where it's like, holy shirts and pants, like this did this easy thing for me. And then
yeah,
pretty quickly I went into code. So like I said, I haven't used Cowork much, but I feel that there's
yeah,
a big part of my game that I need to be doing outside of the terminal in this space. So
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
you got some stuff to show us, man? I want to check this out.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, if you love doing manual expense reports, like just close, just tune out right now. You're not gonna like this. So, and are these skills that you created, Sash? Okay. So is that where you went and got that Excel and that PDF from productivity? Awesome. Let me ask you this while this is running, Sash. Right? Um, like, let's say that, like, I assume this is going to work, right? Because everything you create is magic. So once this is done, let's just say, hey, you work for a company and there's 20 other people at your company that might see this and like, hey, like, I want to do this, right? Like, is there a way for you to just like package this up and send it to other people in your organization? Because I'm sure everyone's going to have that same expense type form, right? If you're in an organization, expense process is pretty defined. Cool. Understood. Makes sense. Yeah, for sure. Look at that, man. Pretty cool. Yeah, for sure. For sure. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I think you brought up a really good point there, right? Like for anyone who was like dug into, the actual like MD file like in code that gets generated for a skill, right? Like there's actually subfolders for each skill where you can point it at like, hey, if there are scripts that you need this skill to run, like Python scripts, go point at this scripts folder. And there's like I think I can't remember if it's resources, but you can give it another subfolder that tells it like, hey, here are examples, right, that I want you to look at as good ones to base your skill around. But I love that you like what you're saying here is just like Anthropic, like, hey, like if you use our skill creator skill, like we're gonna generate some of that for you. But like it's just really good context, like thinking about what's underneath the skill other than just like the refined pattern, right? Like you really are baking in QA. Right, right. Yep. So we got 1 minute left, Sash. So where are we looking at here, man? And Granola is your notes tool. And that's it, right? And then that in the end, that's what that last 10%, is that what you would call human in the loop? Look at that, man. No, this is awesome, man. I think anything I'm showing here, like I'm looking at this and I'm like, I'm probably making my life a little too hard sometimes, only doing stuff in the terminal, right, with code, given just that this is like I could be pointing this like just at like personal productivity, right? And be doing a lot of that like work specific stuff there while getting in deeper there too. Pretty cool, man. Yeah. Boom. We're getting there, man. No, awesome stuff, man. Awesome stuff all around. Yeah. So I think next week, right? One, I'll be back at home.
Yep.
I lost an AirPod for what feels like forever. But we're going to go through actually how we're using AI to do this, everything we're
Yeah.
doing in Human in the Loop, right? So, like, how we generate episodes, how we can, like, one click turn it over to the next episode, right? I mean, we spend 15 minutes a week, obviously, doing this. I bet we spend 30 minutes a week doing everything else
True.
on
Yeah.
this. I
Yeah.
feel like 25 minutes of that is just like us just chatting before the show. So it's awesome, man. Like again, right? We're doing this daily day lives. And yeah, man. Sash, I look forward to this every week, man. Always a pleasure.
Me
Really
too.
cool stuff today, man.
Me too. All right. Safe travels, brother. And I'll see you next week.
Have a good one. Cheers,
You
man.
too. Cheers.